Welcome back to Fable Recap. Today I'll explain the movie, The Pirate Fairy. At the start of the film, a fairy, Zarina, is shown to us. She lives in Pixie Hollow with other fairies. This is a beautiful place. We see Zarina leaving for work along with her friends. They have to pack the pixies' dust. Pixie dust is magical dust and their job is to pack pixie dust. And they have to take care of it, so they're called dust keepers. However, they're not allowed to have any kind of experiment with dust, but among them all, is a fairy named Zarina, the main character of the film. She is always looking for answers related to pixie dust questions. She also asks her friends if we pack the dust. It remains the same. But if you throw it on your head or anything, then it begins to move. It means, as I'm applying it on my hair, just like my hair is flying. After hearing this, the fairies say yes, this pixie dust works like this. That's why it will happen, but she says, but the question arises, why it happens. Meanwhile, the supervisor came there. He says the fairy who has to go for the protection of the blue pixel fairy, must get ready. He has been informed that this fairy hasn't come today. After hearing this, Zarina becomes quite happy, but the other fairies feel strange. She becomes happy because if that fairy is absent, then she will surely be called. For the protection of blue pixie dust, it happens the same. After taking Zarina from there, the supervisor goes. As always when Zarina goes for blue pixie dust, she asks many questions as always, as the supervisor asks, to use the small amount of blue dust. She asks why that amount. Why not make it more or less than that? The supervisor made her understand before, and even today he explained to her, that we shouldn't have any experiment with this pixie dust. Do whatever you've asked for. In the next scene, we see Zarina with the supervisor. She was asking the supervisor there we should do experiments with the pixie dust. But he says no, and she says it can also have other colors like purple, pink and orange. After hearing this, he says it isn't possible. I've never seen any pixie dust of pink color, because no pixie dust of this color exists. On which she says, if it doesn't exist, then it can be made. The supervisor says, don't say this. I've already warned you that we don't have any experiments with pixie dust. It is quite powerful and it can have dangerous results. In the next scene, we see Zarina has returned home. And she had brought that blue pixie dust with her, and she was doing many experiments on it. She has written in her book which of the experiments have a positive and negative results. She again has something on her mind and she starts an experiment. In a while, she creates an orange pixie dust that no one has ever made. Later, she goes to her friend Tint and shows her the orange pixie dust that she made. She doesn't stop here and she makes a pixie dust of pink color. After watching all this, her friend also becomes shocked. She tells her to stop now because we can't have many experiments on it too early. But she can't stop, and while talking her feet slip. The blue color pixie dust falls on a plant. In a little time, the plant grows too large. This plant becomes a big tree while growing. This grows larger enough that it breaks many things present in Pixie Hollow and harms a lot. Everyone becomes afraid. But the supervisor understands and he comes to Zarina. He tells her that I've already warned you not to have any experiment with the pixie dust, but you didn't listen to me. You're no longer a dust keeper, because if I assign you a dust keeper you'll go through big losses. Zarina feels this very bad and she goes from there after packing all of her experiments. Later, we see the scene after 1 year. There is a festival going on in Pixie Hollow and all the fairies are showing their talent. Meanwhile, a friend of Zarina sees Zarina who has secretly come here. She throws pink dust over everyone and, as a result, all the fairies faint. Later, we see Zarina running from there after getting the blue pixie dust, the most powerful pixie dust. After stealing that, she runs from there. As Zarina's friend has seen her, so she also locks them, and goes. After some time, they were set free. These fairies have become quite worried, because they know that Zarina had run after taking the blue pixie dust. Actually, the fairies fly with the help of the dust that is made from the blue pixie dust. And if Zarina has taken the blue pixie dust, then they won't fly. Now, all the fairies say that we've to capture Zarina, and have to take the blue pixie dust back from her. They all start to follow Zarina, and they discover that Zarina has the blue pixie dust. This dust shines a lot so that they can easily find Zarina with its shine. They see a blue shining thing and they understand this is Zarina, so they begin to follow her. Later, they see Zarina approaching a ship. There were many pirates on the ship, and these fairies thought that these pirates might have captured Zarina, and might have forced her to go and steal the blue pixie dust. But when they approach the pirates and go toward the ship and listen to their conversation, they learn that they've made Zarina their captain and she is willingly helping them. They really feel bad and take the blue pixie dust from her, but Zarina follows them, and later she throws the multicolored pixies at them, and they become unconscious. When they awake, they learn that their powers have been exchanged. Those who have water power now have the animal power. Those who have the light power have the power of the garden. Now, they don't know the proper usage of their powers. Zarina goes with the pirates, and on the other side, the fairy mistakenly breaks the egg of the crocodile. The baby crocodile that hatches from the egg considers the fairy as his mom and begins to love her. At the end of the movie, we'll see a big part of this crocodile that he will help them. Later, the fairies go toward the ship, and after going there, they listen to the conversation of the pirates and they learn that how Zarina has met them. They say that they didn't know their aim in life before, they were wandering around here and there. Later, they meet Zarina and their life has changed. Zarina has told them that she can make them fly, not only them but also can fly their ship. They were quite happy because they were pirates and thought that they could fly toward the sky after the robbing the whole world, and no one can catch them there, and the fairies find their camp as well. They also learn that Zarina has made a pixie dust tree for them. Now the fairies had learned about their intentions and Zarina was also joining them. But the fairies try to take the blue pixie dust from them. When Zarina was working on the blue pixie dust and was with cabin boy, Hook. Meanwhile, these fairies take the blue pixie dust from behind. Remember the cabin boy Hook? He also has a leading role in the film's story. Now, the fairies want to return after taking this blue pixie dust. As the fairies don't know the proper usage of their powers, we've already told you the reason behind their powers being exchanged. After using their powers in the wrong way, they also get caught. Later, Zarina's friend, Pink, tells her to come back to the Pixie Hollow. You're home. This isn't your place. But Zarina doesn't listen to her and tells her that I'll never come back, because she knows that no one will praise her skills there. That's why Zarina says that I'll never go there. Later, she locks all the fairies. The fairies try a lot to make them free, but they get caught. A stone was kept in the cage in which they were caught, so they cannot run from there. In the next scene, Zarina and the cabin boy are shown. Zarina throws dust at him and he begins to fly. Her experiments have been successful. The boy also becomes happy and begins to fly around the cave. Experiments that have been worked on for a long time have become successful. The cabin boy, Hook, goes to his friends and tells them that whatever Zarina him, it happens the same. Look, I can fly and you will also fly. During the conversation, he captures Zarina. It means he has been deceiving Zarina. They used to call Zarina their captain before, but now this cabin boy calls himself the captain. Has been kept in prison and the fairies are already locked there. The turning point of the story comes when the baby crocodile arrives there. As we have seen, he considers one of the fairies as his mom. He helps the fairies and sets them free. After taking the blue pixie dust from there, the fairies begin to go. The boy, Hook, tells them that he's locked Zarina. He asks the fairies to return the blue pixie dust, otherwise he'll throw Zarina in the sea. Now, the fairies have to give him the blue pixie dust forcibly to save Zarina. But the cabin boy still throws Zarina into the sea. All the fairies save Zarina together and Zarina has also realized her mistake. She will now take revenge on Hook. On the other hand, we see pirates who want to fly into the sky. They throw the pixie dust on their ship, from which the ship begins to fly. The pirates begin to move toward the second star. Zarina tells the fairies to change the side of the ship. If the ship goes to the second star, then we'll never get the blue pixie dust back. Zarina says that my task is to fight with Hook and the other fairies have to fight with the other pirates. Now the fairies begin to fight with the pirates because, if the ship reaches the second star, then these pirates will rule the whole world. Later, we see the baby crocodile who has reached to help the fairies. Later, a time comes when these fairies have been captured. On the other hand, Zarina tries to take blue pixie dust from Hook. The pirates think that they'll win, but the turning point comes when Zarina throws a drop of blue pixie dust at Hook. This was the only drop of blue pixie dust, but when the blue and yellow pixie dust met. Later, the cabin boy, Hook, begins to fly in a strange way. Later, Zarina frees all the fairies and the pirates are thrown into the sea. They've been punished for their mistake. Later, we see Zarina returning the blue pixie dust to the fairies and they begin to go. Meanwhile, her friend asks her to come back home with us. After hearing this, she becomes happy. Later, we see all the fairies move toward the Pixie Hollow after taking the ship. All the fairies were sleeping there and Zarina makes them awaken after throwing the pixie dust at them. Seeing the big ship, all the fairies become quite shocked. Seeing Zarina, the supervisor becomes happy. And Zarina wanted to apologize to him and she also wanted to say that she'll never have any experiment on the pixie dust. Meanwhile, her friend stops her and tells her that you should show your talent to everyone. And she has been asked if the stage is your. At the end of the film, we see Zarina showing her talent to all the fairies, and she surprises them. We see all the fairies quite happy. They feel proud of her, and the film ends with this scene.